hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
It's the after show where we gather together to yak about the things. We have to actually, guys, we have to cover like a year's worth of yakking today, right?
Ooh, that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of yakking to do. We have Michelle Cleland over here. We have Jim Kinsey over there where we like to keep him.
Separated.
Nice job. So what the heck was going on during the setup here that I was listening to?
Did you get your picture yet, Tom?
I did not. Well, wait, I didn't check.
It's worth checking.
Oh, wait, okay. Stand by. I got to
Frank,
check
we're sorry to keep you on hold, Frank, but trust me, it's worth it.
I'm going to hold this picture up to the microphone here.
Yep, so everybody can see it.
Can everybody see it?
Oh, my God.
Isn't that great?
Oh, I wish I could just let everybody see this.
No, it's all right.
It'll be on the website in the morning.
Michelle with her gigantic listening device. The biggest ear in the world. What is that? Where'd you get that?
It was just our little company little mascot thing we had laying around.
That's better to ear you with.
A 3 foot tall ear?
Yeah. We used to use it on sales calls. Got you in the door.
You don't drink, but it's time for you to start. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Good grief.
Okay.
What is this show all about anyway? Now, I've lost the whole trend of it and never got started. Good grief, people.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I think our job is to keep people on hold forever.
Okay, well, let's let Mike straighten us out here. Maybe he'll have something here. Mike's in Kansas. Hey, Mike, can you help us out here, man? Because this thing has gone off the rails already.
Oh, no.
So no would be that answer.
No would be.
I should have loaned him my ear.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. Oh, my goodness. So Mike got tired of this, too. He's thinking, I want to talk to Gun Talk. This is some kind of hearing thing. I don't know what I'm
I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah,
sorry.
Evidently, no one else does either, so it's okay. I stopped listening to you guys years ago.
At least he gets high marks for character judgment.
That's true. True. Well, it was nice. This was a good show. Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Had a good year.
So I sent you guys a link to a YouTube video, which somehow is not there anymore. I don't know what happened to that.
Huh.
But we got to see Mr. Ben Cleland, some relative of somebody we know, who is on the AMU, the Army Marksmanship Unit, which is not easy to get into, right?
Right. An elite group of gentlemen and ladies, for
and
sure.
Ladies, yes. And so, is he at Fort Benning?
Yes, he is. Yep.
Okay. How long has he been in? He's a sergeant, right?
4 years.
4 years.
Yep.
Wow. So, for those who don't know, we're talking about your son.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. And he's beginning to learn how to shoot now, I guess.
Just catching on.
Just catching on. Yeah, been shooting since he was like 2.
Close, yes.
Pretty darn close, yeah. So the Army Marksmanship Unit is a competitive wing, if you will. They shoot competition in the Army, but they also do a lot of other things that people may not know about. They help with training, they'll even help with some of the Special Forces kind of guys and helping them get better at their shooting. It's
right.
I've known a number of people who've been in AMU. Max Michelle, who lives close by, and of course Julie Golub was on AMU. So it's quite the honor. How did it come about? How did he get in there?
Well, I guess because he learned how to shoot from a very young age and was good at it. Yeah. It all came down to his marksmanship skills, honestly.
You actually have to try. You had take a trial to get in.
Yep. I mean, it was based off of scores. They had to know you could shoot a score and maintain that average, so it wasn't like a one-time deal.
You had a good day. You're in.
Yeah.
So basically, they looked at his competition record.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
And based off of that and his interest in serving the military, everything just lined up perfectly.
Well, they do work with the CMP too, don't they?
Yeah, they do a lot of work with the CMP.
So.
Yeah. And actually, they're the ones that host the Small Arms School at Camp Perry and other events.
Okay. Well, congratulations. I know you were as proud as you can be as a mom.
I am, yes. That's awesome for him. Of course, that was a group that my husband was a member of as well.
Well, your husband was in AMU.
Yes,
multi-generational.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe they are the first father-son competitors to go through the AMU.
No kidding.
Wow.
I believe so.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. But
At the same time?
of course, yes, at the same time. Amazingly, 25 years later.
Yeah,
That's right.
He was 2, but he was awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we have to, as long as we're talking about 2017, and on the subject of competition, we have to mention that we lost Lone Wigger this
Also
year.
from AMU.
The most decorated shooter on the planet. And not only Olympic shooter, but probably even more so, wouldn't you say, Michelle? The greatest mentor of shooters of anybody out there.
Absolutely. Well, his whole philosophy was refuse to lose.
Mm-hmm. Losing's just not going to happen. We're not going to lose.
Yeah, it was not an option. So, yeah, just absolutely a person out there on the frontier making waves and allowing these generations that we have now to compete. I mean, he just set a high mark and definitely a loss to the community.
He set a mark, something you had to get over on mindset. He set them up to think right about working and practicing and competition, where you're going to be and where you have to be, and we're going to come home with the medals.
Yeah, he was an awesome competitor.
And you know what? He's a nice guy, too.
I never got a chance to meet him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've never met him personally.
Fun guy, yes. And, mentor, obviously coached a lot of people, but a mentor for so many others who may never have shot with him, but they understood what he had done for the shooting sports.
Exactly. You knew who he was. If you're a competitive shooter, you know who he is and what he stood for and what he did.
Exactly. So competitive shooting is much the better for there having been a Lone Wigger out there.
Amen.
So that's pretty cool. I just think it's neat that both your husband and your son have been in AMU. So what's wrong with you?
How much time do you have?
Lend me an ear, I'll tell you.
Oh, Lord.
I can help you there.
No kidding.
Yeah, I am merely a supporter of those with the AMU.
That's right. Nothing happens without the support team.
That's right.
This is for sure.
It is a very exciting time to watch that come around from my son. The ability to advance his skill, because they take you and they make you better.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what they're able to put in your hand as far as equipment, and they do a lot of testing for companies and bullets and
exactly. I mean, their armorers are out there developing things, and sometimes it's like the smallest little tweak, even the changing of a chambering slightly to try to get just one more tenth of an inch accuracy out of something.
That's right.
Would that be near an iota or a skosh?
That would be somewhere in there, yes. And now you must go back to your other place in the corner.
Okay. Well, you know what? But after this break, I'm going to tell you what my cool, very obtainable, I'll never do it, 2018 resolution is.
He's never going to get it done.
He's going to tell us the thing he's going to do, but we know he's not going to do.
Right.
Again.
Well, he's already failed him. He hasn't even tried.
Well, I'm also a realist. I mean, I'm going to do my best, and I know I'm going to fail.
Let me announce my failure before I start.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and find out what the devil is he talking about. We'll be right back.
Get ready for something totally new from LMT. A short personal defense weapon with an integral suppressor. Featuring new suppressor technology from Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, the CSW, or Confined Space Weapon, has a 24-inch overall length profile and includes their new high-performance suppressor that can shoot supersonic and subsonic ammunition with no changes. Chambered for the 300 blackout, the CSW allows quick movement in tight quarters. For more, visit lmtdefense.com.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy. For unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts, choose Sig Sauer. Visit sigsauer.com today.
we're back here, and we are scratching our collective heads. Jim says he's going to make an announcement here, which is, drum roll, please.
I totally forgot what it was.
It didn't matter. You weren't going to keep it anyways.
Exactly.
It's not a big deal.
Well, in 2017, I started using these. I'd go through.
Wait. You started using?
I started using, yes, back in 2017. That's why I was late so often and falling asleep during the show.
This about him.
Yeah. I started utilizing, let's put it that way. I started utilizing, because I drink a ton of bottled water. I started using them as targets because they're cool targets. You throw them away anyway.
Plastic
or recycle them. Yeah, so we just fill them up with water when we're using a target.
Sure.
However, that leads me, that's a segue, that's a broadcast term. I'm segueing into my resolution.
Isn't that a thing that you can ride, get you from one place to the other?
Yeah, true.
But they're fun to shoot off of.
Yeah, right.
Bringing it back home here. Go ahead.
A drive-by shooting on a segue-by shooting. I am going to actually do my very best to finish a bottle of water when I open it. Because on my desk, at the moment, I only have 3. But this morning, I had 11 partially consumed bottles of water.
But wait, what's to the left of you?
6 more. I just moved them.
Okay, I have the solution because I do this on our video shoots when I'm trying to make sure everybody hydrates. Mm-hmm. My rule is very simple. When the top comes off, you throw away the top.
Okay.
That's right. You cannot put it back on.
Yeah, but then they don't react quite as well when you shoot them. You know,
this is true, but for you,
hydrostatic pressure.
If you actually want to drink them all, don't put the top back on.
I could start a cap collection area.
That's right. You could have a big jar that you throw the caps into.
I like
then
it.
Whenever you want to shoot them, you can pull the caps out and do that. But no, seriously, that's the deal. Because everybody wants to sip. You know, they're hot. We're working out there. We're going hard. When we shoot video, it's just hard, fast work.
Right. You set it down for a second. You don't know whose it is.
And that's the other thing. You put it down. You got 6 to 8, 12 people out there. And I don't know whose it is. So my deal is real simple. So take the top off, throw it away, drink the whole bottle, and then in an hour we're all going to do the same thing again. And you have to drink at least 1 water bottle an hour when we're out there. Because anything less than that, you're falling behind.
And 45 minutes after the hour, you've got to line up outside the Porta-John.
Well,
fortunately, we're usually out at the outdoor ranges, and it's mostly guys, so we don't care.
Oh, cool.
You can see that berm over there, walk over there.
make sure the line's clear, right?
When they say ready on the right, it's time to run.
Oh, my gosh. So, and then here, Mr. Jim.
Yes, ma'am.
With your recycled caps.
Yes, ma'am.
Or you could recycle your caps and make us a Gun Talk bench to sit on as we shoot.
Or caps can become targets.
Yeah, they can. Ooh, yeah, but...
1,000 yards, we put out one.
One-handed with an LCP.
Right. Just aim high, you'll figure it out.
And we have a Connex full of ammo. And then when you get the one hit, we're putting that on YouTube as though it was the first one.
Sure.
Like everybody else does.
One and only. It doesn't matter.
Did you guys see? I know Jim did. Michelle, did you happen to see the video we did of Ryan and our two video editors?
Is that released yet? Is that released?
Yes, it's out.
No, I didn't know that. I thought.
Yes, it's out. It's on YouTube now.
On the QT there.
No, it's on. I should have announced it. It's on YouTube. If you go to our channel on YouTube, Jim, can you have a computer there?
No, we don't have computers. We do everything on an abacus and paper.
Right.
And we need to hurry because the sundial. We're losing light.
Well, I got an LED sundial. I'm a little high tech.
We went to the range. Well, it's one of those silly ideas that we couldn't let go of. It's like you get this idea, and sometimes it just keeps nagging at you till you got to get rid of it. And so, two of our video editors are musicians. They gig and everything. Of course, Ryan, my son, he is a musician, drummer and singer. And so they said, well, we should go out to the range and do something with that. I don't know what. So what we did, and Jim has seen it, he actually helped with the audio edit on it. But they went out and played the AC/DC song Back in Black?
Yep, Back in Black.
Back in Black.
Okay. Yeah, as a matter of fact, listeners, just do a Google for Gun Talk Back in Black. It's the top hit.
Okay, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. No, I just Google searched it, but yeah.
Oh, really? You just did it there? Okay. Yeah. And you can see, and they're playing the Back in Black. You got guitar, you got bass, and Ryan's playing drums. The big difference is, why did we go to the range to do this? Because rather than use the snare drum on every downbeat, he used a 9mm pistol and fired it for every downbeat.
Love it.
So he's having to do that, of course, left-handed. He's a right-handed shooter because, of course, you would be normally playing left hand for the drums, snare drum. And so then we had to have somebody staging guns and slamming fresh mags in. And so he's picking up guns and shooting them. And the first time through, he missed one pickup, one shot. We did it 2 more times. He did not miss any of those pickups, never missed a downbeat shot. But it was a hoot and a half. And I got to tell you, Jim, you backed me up. I thought it sounded pretty darn good, too.
It was cool, yeah. I was listening. Of course, I'm nitpicky, so I'm listening for every little mistake and trying to find something wrong.
Right.
And they nailed it. They did a great job.
They did. I was doing amateur audio guy out there doing the recording of all the audio. So when you look at, there's like this little guy way in the back, wearing a little blue shirt, sitting down. That's me running audio on the whole thing too. So because there wasn't anybody else left, I'm going, oh well, I guess I can try this.
I guess I'm the audio guy.
I'll read the directions on this.
Now you're the typical video guy when it comes to audio, right? Well, the needles were moving; it had to sound good.
Sure, well, that's right. I could hear it, so why can't you?
Yeah, if they're moving a little, they're good. If they're pegged, that must be great.
Wait, there's needles with this stuff?
See,
we're back to using again.
I had no idea. What are you even talking about?
So maybe that's what Jim's resolution is. He's going to get off the needles and stop using.
Yeah.
We're going to help him out. We're going to do the 12-step process.
Closest I'll ever come to needles a phonograph, trust me.
Ooh.
Oh, speaking of which, our daughter-in-law got a turntable for Christmas and going vinyl. What's the deal there? It's back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And not all, but most of the newer ones have USB out.
Right.
And they come with free software, so you can transfer your stuff to MP3.
Well, I think we're going to start distributing Gun Talk on vinyl now.
I like it. Press it.
Mm-hmm.
Or even better, we'll go cassette. I think I told Jim, you'll love this. A company we do work with sent out cassette tapes, and then they followed them with little cassette players for people for Christmas kind of promotion. We had people in the office in their 20s who had no idea what to do with it, how it works, anything else. It's kind of like, going, what is this?
They were going to supply 8 tracks, but then they'd have to give a book of matches.
That's right, shove underneath it and prop it up in there. And now we just lost, 80% of the audience, anybody under about 50.
Yeah, you go from a podcast to an 8-track. Yeah, they're gone.
Why do we lose listeners so much? Jeez.
When we used to find all the cassette tapes alongside the road with the tape strewn out.
Oh, yeah, on the side of the road, you got this tape all over the place. Yeah. And how many times have you stuck a pin or something in there to try to wind it up?
Rewind.
That's right. And then you had to either take it out and flip it over, sometimes they had the automatic rewind, which would sometimes eat the whole thing.
Auto reverse, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so while we're geezing about this old stuff, let's take another break, and I'm going to answer a question that somebody did not ask, which is something I like to do, because with Mike, who we tried to go to, he had a question. In case he ever tunes in on the after show, he could find out that no, the answer is no, he can't do that.
Okay.
I'll tell him when to come back. If you're like me, you don't have money to burn, but you still want to buy guns, ammo, and accessories. That's why we created Gun Dealio. That's a free smartphone app. Just download it and start getting the deals. Could be discounts, offers of free magazines for your gun, or you could be the first to hear about new stuff from gun makers. Here's how it works. With Gun Dealio on your phone, you get alerts when you enter a gun store. Special deals, You don't have to do a thing. It'll do a lot of other cool things, like let you watch gun videos and listen to Gun Talk podcast. Plus, check it anytime for hundreds of deals and offers. Getting more while spending less. Smart, huh? Gun Dealio. Made in America. Gluten-free at the App Store and Google Play or gundealio.com. All right, we did actually have Mike on hold. Just as we went to him, he hung up, which shows a lot of intelligence on his part.
Look what he avoided.
Yeah,
Dodged a bullet there.
But he was asked, he says, He just bought him, and you talked to him, Michelle. He bought some IMR 4350 powder.
Yeah, so he has a stashed amount of IMR 4350 powder. Got it. And has a 223. And he was wondering if he could, because he could not find any reloading data, use the IMR 4350 to reload for his 223.
Right. Okay. So in law enforcement, they call that a clue. If you cannot find any load data for IMR 4350 powder in the 223, you don't want to do that.
Right. And why?
That was because that powder is too slow for that cartridge. It needs a larger cartridge case to function. In the 223, you need a faster burning powder. But if depending on how much he has, now what we call that is justification.
To buy a 6.5 Creedmoor?
Yes! Yes!
It's perfect for these short mags.
Perfect. Oh, look, I've got powder here and no rifle for it. It's kind of like down here, we always talk about, if you've got like mashed potatoes and you've got gravy, and then you find that you've got too much mashed potatoes and not enough gravy, you have to even up, or now I've got some gravy left on the plate, but I don't have any mashed potatoes, so I got to go even up and get some mashed potatoes. So there you go. If you've got powder and no rifle for it, shoot, that's an easy problem.
Now, our caller earlier during the real show, as we call it.
Yeah, this is the unreal show.
This is the unreal. Now, he can't use smokeless powder in his cannon, correct? He has to use black powder.
That would be correct, unless he wants to just simply blow it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's using, what do you say, is it double F?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's a double F, not 4F. 4F would be faster. And in his cannon that he's shooting golf balls out of, by the way, we've talked about, I've shot golf balls out of a potato gun. And
don't you have to?
Why? It's made for potatoes.
Isn't it sloppy though? How do you take?
Well, yeah. I mean, the barrel is too large,
right,
for a golf ball. So, being the ballistic geek that I am, I made a sabot load using paper towels as my wad and shoved it down the barrel, and then was delighted at the surprise because when you touch it off, the paper towel comes out with the golf ball, but the paper towel is burning, and it's like a tracer round. And if you're lucky, you can set fire to the field.
I was just going to say, what was this about having a fire extinguisher close at hand?
Let's do this in the middle of August. Yeah.
In hot Louisiana.
And I don't know how far the golf ball goes because it goes out of sight. So probably don't want to be pointing that at anything that you don't want to destroy. We're going back to the 4 rules of potato gun safety here.
Potato gun.
And oh yeah, by the way, those are, I think it's a felony to have one of those in California. But then I think in California it's a felony to have fun.
Yeah.
So,
Now, would you recommend that for, home protection?
Well, yeah.
Thumping somebody with a golf ball in the chest?
But to bring up a really old joke, you can only shoot someone named Juan with that.
Yes,
because with the golf ball. Yes, it's because it makes a hole in one.
Hole in one.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh my God!
It was terrible.
Worst joke.
The worst part is we have no break to go to right now.
Just next year.
He's reaching for a button. How do I cut this off? How do I stop this? So.
My.
That's we're starting to get into the realm of dad jokes, which are stupid stuff. So. Oh, well. So, 2017, how was it for you guys?
It's great.
Yeah, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some difficult times, but all in all, a good year. We've had a lot of good...
a lot of good matches, everything's having fun.
Yeah, it's always a good family atmosphere, and you need that to pick you up and help keep you motivated and going on. So looking forward to the new shooting year for me, my husband, my children, and... hopefully, all in all, it's...
So are you saying if people don't have family that they have nothing to look forward to in 2018?
That's not at all what I said.
Oh, see, maybe I was reading into it.
Maybe I need to go back and listen to...
Put your ear on.
I need to...
Put that ear on.
As he hands her the 3-foot-tall ear.
Yes.
I just can't find hearing protection. I'm really good on the left side.
So,
What
no,
happened to
you need to
you?
go with plugs. Just grab a pillow and shove it in there.
What you should do is take that to your competitors and say, I need to buy some hearing protection.
Listen.
Yeah, can you do those custom earplugs for me? I only need one.
Size of a hubcap, but
What'd you do, like rip off an audiologist's place or something?
no,
for that thing?
there's a guy in Bowling Green, Ohio, and he makes all kinds of robotic and animatronic characters and stuff. And he actually made it as a open house kind of gift for us one year when we opened up one of our studios. And he said, here, this is for you guys. So we decided to use on
So
sale.
he said, here.
Yeah,
This is for you
to the
guys.
bone.
Here.
To the bone.
Here.
It's funny, too, because it's hard to get an audience sometimes with prospective customers.
Only for you guys.
Right. So our sales gal would walk in there with this giant rubber ear, and the receptionist would go, can I help you? Oh, yeah, I'm here to see Dave Jones. Is he expecting you? No, not at all. Dave.
Just holding this huge ear.
Yeah. Dave, there's somebody here with a gargantuan ear in the lobby to see you. And inevitably, they always got a view.
You got to come out and find out what's going on.
Exactly.
Right?
It worked.
Yeah, security.
They got an audience from somebody, yeah.
You meet the boys in blue again. Okay.
I'd have to say, it's nicely textured, painted, it's soft.
Anatomically correct,
Yeah.
I would think. It's
yeah.
pretty accurate.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It's bizarre, it's what it is. It's an odd thing.
Just the way to-
It's the perfect way to end
I was just
the
going to
year.
say,
God.
perfect way to end the
Tom
You
will color,
stole it.
He'll color adjust the picture and put it on the web tomorrow, I guarantee.
No. I did not approve that picture.
Show me the waiver.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Well,
my.
I just got to say, you guys are certainly a lot of fun to work with.
Likewise.
Exactly. Ditto.
It's a crazy deal. We hope we entertain. We have some fun. Maybe we do some good now and then. But it's really just kind of a chance to get hang around and shoot the breeze with everybody.
Yeah, if we entertain ourselves, that's what it's about, really. To be
Yeah, because
really
I pretty much
honest.
don't listen to you guys. That's for sure.
As you shouldn't.
Well, we edit you out afterwards anyway. You've never listened to a show. You
Oh,
wouldn't
wait.
know that.
I need to go listen to the after show one of these days.
Oh, no,
it's the
don't
Jim
do
and
that.
Michelle show. Okay.
Wait until 2018. Why start now?
The artist formerly known as Tom Gresham's.
Oh, do I get a little cool squiggly symbol?
Well, we use your name.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they wouldn't put us out there as Jim and Michelle.
Right.
Oh, thanks. No wonder I can't get in to see any of the manufacturers anymore.
Oh, you want the ear? We could send it to you.
Oh, yeah, you can get it any place with the ear.
I tell you.
Sometimes it takes us to get past the first break for everything just to fall apart. We never got out of the gate on this one.
Yeah, no, I think we started before we started.
Did you notice it didn't get better?
It didn't?
No, it just kind of hung right there at mediocrity.
Well.
So, guns. Do you guys ever talk about guns? That's something I'm into.
Guns?
Yeah, guns and ears. We could send it for the Hearing Protection Act. You could use that.
Ooh, I like that.
In Washington.
It's Hearing Protection Act. That's right.
Oh, see? Tom,
is
you
what-
could take this to shot.
Yep.
You could take this to your NRA convention.
They've got, I bet they've got a booth supporting the Hearing Protection Act.
I got something to
put
tell
that up.
you. You're going to have to listen close.
I want to see the stewardess when that's his carry-on.
We could put a handle on it. Yeah, you'd probably get the whole row to yourself. People would be leaving as
Sure.
you sat down.
Sure.
Ay.
It's free of earwax.
It is.
Yes, it's nice and
earwax free.
clean.
You checked that out, have you?
Well, yeah.
Well, he actually, when he gave it to us, I forgot to tell you that he gave us an 1.5 inch piece of PVC with monster cotton on each end as a scaled Q-tip.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, my
This guy was
gosh.
nuts.
It's
Yeah.
hairless.
Oh, that's a good thing. Okay, all right. Okay, we got to drop this thing. This ear thing is getting. No, it's way
It's
beyond
troublesome.
that. It's already gone there.
Sure you wash behind it, though, will you?
It's weird out there.
Okay.
You're wet behind it. Yes, that's right.
No, but in all
so-
honesty, we have a lot to look forward in 2018.
We do.
Yep, we have a lot of work to do. I mean, we still
kidding.
have to be active. And as the gentleman from Washington reminded us, there are people out there that are demanding to take away our abilities to do a sport that we call hunting.
Well, and their whole thing is they say, look, we don't want to take away all your guns, but we do want to take away some of your guns. And that should be a reasonable compromise. You guys should be okay with that. So you
Yeah,
can tell us. You're going,
for now.
Really, for now. Until that doesn't do anything, then we're going to come get the next ones. And that's not going to do anything, but their whole problem is, is we can't get them all at once, so we just have to get them all a little bit at a time.
Well, and this is one of those, I hope you were listening to me, segues to where you've been saying this all along, Tom. that this is just the start, then it leads to something else. And no, we're not going to take away your hunting guns. We just want to take away your ARs.
Right.
Well,
Because nobody hunts with those.
Right. So here we are at the point of magazines, and obviously they're hunting rifles. And here we are.
No,
and it creeps across the country.
Yes, it does. And it doesn't fix itself. I guess that's the other part of it. We have to, it's inconvenient and it's expensive, and it intrudes on our time when we want to be doing other things. We want to go be hunting and shooting and reloading and doing all that stuff. And none of us, because we're outdoor people, shooters tend to not want to get involved in politics. I don't really care about making other people do things or live their lives the way I do. It's just not my thing. But we have to stop those that feel like they do have to make us conform to their way of life. So that means we either get involved or we just take the consequences. It's really where it is. You have no choice in the matter. You simply have to be involved. And let me throw this thought out. Each of us cannot get involved like, calling our senators every week. So what we do is we hire people to do that for us. And we do that by giving money to the Second Amendment Foundation and the NRA so that we can go do our thing and they can go do what they do well, which is beat on those doors every single day. And so that's why you got to belong. That's why you got to donate, not just belong, but give money to.
Well, and be an active person and try to get people involved in shooting.
Yeah, ambassador,
It doesn't, a trip to the range turns most people around because they realize that it's a lot of fun. It's a hard skill to master. I mean,
that's what makes it attractive, isn't it, though? The fact that it is challenging? Right.
You're your own athlete with the whole, you can go as far as you want to and get off on so many different spins of the gun movement. I mean, there's so many different formats of shooting that you can do. Speed, no speed, there's just so much to do. So take somebody out, buy a membership to the range. We did that with quite a few of our friends this year. We bought them range memberships and NRA memberships and did that more this year than we have in the past. But, we've taken lots of women who spouses Jim's kind of looking at me like, what?
I just peeked up like a meerkat. Yeah.
We've taken lots of women because their spouses shoot, but they're intimidated by it. Right. And so we've taken them in and we've
introduced them to shooting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got them on a 22, and a couple of them have worked up to some fabulous options from there. But it's a slow process. It definitely is a matter of patience with something like that. But get involved, get outside of your comfort zone, invite people in, because we talk amongst friends and we complain about the same thing to one another. We got to take it outside of our circle.
No doubt. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to buy guns.
Good.
There's a thought.
Some expensive ones, I heard.
You're selling some, too.
I'm going to sell some, and I've had somebody say, well, you can't be selling guns. Well, yeah, you can. If the idea is to sell some so you can get some.
Yeah.
And I have guns. I still have guns I got from Dad. And people say, well, I could never sell my dad's guns. Well, you don't understand. When the numbers are hundreds, and for people that don't know, they have to understand who Dad was and what he did. But he was a gun writer and got a lot of guns sent to him. Back in the days when they never wanted them back. Now they want them all back. More's the pity. So, yeah, there's a lot of guns there that literally have not been shot for 30 years. 30 years.
But in your defense, do you have memories with those with your father?
Some. And the ones that I have memories, about Dad, those aren't going anywhere.
Right.
Gotcha. But the ones that are just, here's a gun that I've never used. I don't remember him using it. I have no connection to it. That needs to go live with somebody who will go shoot it and do what they need to do with it. They'll appreciate it. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to go build some new memories and get a new gun.
There you go. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
One that holds golf balls or potatoes.
Yes. Okay, so we were at my sister's house, which is on Puget Sound, and we had a potato gun for a 4th of July party. And there were some teenagers down there, and they're shooting them, and they can't quite get them to the water. So my buddy and I go down there, and we take a potato, and we carve a Spitzer point into it. We make it a streamlined, high ballistic coefficient potato. And we launched that thing, and we must have gotten 200 yards further than they did.
Wow.
Oh my God.
At which point, we're seeing how far do you have to lead somebody on a jet ski. But we did a little ballistics 101 on those kids down there.
Well, I don't know what happened to him, but he'll never eat French fries again.
But they're launching these old dud potatoes, and we're going there, and we're carving,
That's funny.
big, and we even put a little boat tail on them.
Say, did you
we're just being
boat tail it?
goofy. Of course we did. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? I got a pocket knife, I got a potato. Does it make any difference? I don't know, but it sure was fun.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
it made a huge difference.
Why? That's right. I mean, we really did increase the range significantly. I didn't think of trying to get rifling. I could have carved rifling.
Yeah,
That would have been
when you
good
pulled out the
spin.
chrono, I think that was a little over the top.
That's right. It's a combination chrono, shredder, slicer, dicer, so you could do fries. I always thought that if you could shoot a potato gun through a screen door.
Yeah, hash
now
browns.
you're making fries.
Mm-hmm.
Hash browns, yeah. Now we're talking.
It slices, it dices, it makes julienne fries. Who the hell's Julienne? I always want
I
to
don't
know.
know. Why do I want to fry Julie?
I don't. I picked on her for years.
You're so dating yourself.
What was that, the Kitchen Magician? Was that what it was?
I don't know. It's Vegematic?
Something like that. Yeah.
One of those deals. I don't know. It's one of those from Ron Popeil.
Yeah.
The Popeil Pocket Fisherman.
Ronco.
Ronco, that's right. Okay, so there you go. Let's see. Our 2018, we're going to be doing, I mentioned, lots of live videos. That's going to be very cool. Got some really interesting ideas of things to do with that. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the mountains. We'll be doing some of that. Going to be shooting at different ranges around the country. Planning on doing more shooting next year. A lot of the shooting that I do is just for video, for cameras. And I want to get back to shooting just for me.
There's a difference with that.
Oh, and let me tell you, when you shoot for the camera, when you're just thinking about cameras, especially if you're the producer or director on the thing, you can't really think about your shooting. So it's a good thing that, sometimes we have the camera set up on the target and you have to actually pay attention. But you build bad habits doing it that way. You need to get back and just shoot for yourself to work on your skill set.
So you can get back in black. Oh, sorry. Brought it all together.
Bump. There you go.
Why don't you just take that giant ear, go sit in the corner.
Now it's
Just the two
me.
of you.
You and Minivan go.
No, but there is a huge difference because we've often walked away from the range being like, oh, why don't we do that more often? When you've just gone out and shot for half an hour.
Yeah, now imagine that for a newbie, somebody who's never shot. They get their
That's why
first
it's so
target, they
exciting.
got their adrenaline going. Yeah, heck yeah.
Yep.
The other thing I would offer to you, add on to what you said, Michelle, is when you take somebody out shooting, remember you have to drop back way further back than you think you do because they don't know what your terms are you're using. They don't know what you're talking about. They don't know when you say front sight. They don't know. They may think that it's the one that's closest to them as the front sight. I mean, you really do have to go all the way through everything. And by doing that, don't you find that whenever you teach something, you get better at it because you understand it better?
Absolutely. It helps you get in on a skill. You say things over and over again. You know, you go through your rules of safety, and they're just part of you. They're just there in your head, and it does begin to be one of those things like, oh yeah, I can do this. I remember.
It also makes you remember to downshift, like you said. And you're not really dumbing it down. You're just getting on terms that they can understand and taking the next
Slowing
step.
it down.
helping them
Yes.
envision what they're doing. I mean, we draw a picture of what the sight picture should be, and when exactly like you said, hold it at 6 o'clock. That means nothing at the bottom of the paper. No, just underneath the black.
Remember, most of them have not seen an analog clock or
Well,
wristwatch.
this is true too. Yeah, but
It's like 6 o'clock. What are you talking
yeah.
about?
So it is. It's a matter of breaking it down and really actually stepping back for you. I mean, really stepping back
Very
and
much so.
watching, and you become that person that is so safety oriented along with everything too, because you're thinking for yourself and them now. You don't have a firearm in your hand. So like, okay, what are they doing? You got to see over their shoulder, be next to them, be behind them, everything.
You have to be close enough to be able to reach in and grab that gun and redirect the muzzle at all times. You really do.
Yep.
That close. I guess let me wrap it up with this. Our wish for 2018 is, on top of everything else we've said, just simply for everybody to be safe. Keep your booger hook off the bang switch until you're ready for that thing to go off.
Amen.
So just be careful, be safe, and if we can do that, we're all going to have a great 2018.
And if anybody's in the market for a giant rubber ear, contact Michelle Cleland
That's right, and bigear.com.
Yeah, people are typing that in right now. Oh, no, not right now because they don't have the podcast. But
they will.
But they will yesterday because we're going back to the future.
Ooh yeah.
Thank you, Christopher Lloyd.
All right, I just have to say, Michelle, can you hear me now?
Oh, bad.
Hey, guys, it was great. I love working with you. It's truly, people just don't understand. We just have a ball here.
It's fun and we get something done.
Yeah, well, at least we can have fun. I don't know about the whole
I was going to say, I'm not sure we can accomplish anything today.
Sounded like the thing to say. I don't know.
Silly man. All right, have a safe New Year's Eve, guys, and we will be back with you next year.
Likewise, buddy.
Take care, Tom. Thank you. Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.